My name is Scott Perez, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Hofestede dimensions for the country of Malaysia. First, I'm going to talk to you about this graph that I created using the information from the Gert Hofstede website. As you can see, Malaysia has a high power distance score, a low individualism score, a intermediate masculinity score, a low uncertainty avoidance score, a low long-term orientation score, and a high indulgence score. Now, let's talk about what that means. The high power distance score means that the businesses in Malaysia will tend to be more hierarchical. They also tend to be more centralized around authority. The managers will tend to have more of a narrow span of control, meaning that they are going to oversee smaller groups of people. The leaders in a high power distance culture are respected and revered. And naturally, in a high power distance culture, status and power are motivators. The country of Malaysia also had a low individualism score, and that means that they are a collectivist society. In a collectivist society, the emphasis is put on the group. There's an emphasis for group decision making, taking care of the group, and the main motivator is belonging to the group. Malaysia has a intermediate score on masculinity, which means that they can't really be defined as either a masculine culture or a feminine culture. So there's not much more to talk about in terms of that. They have a low uncertainty avoidance score, and in a culture with a low uncertainty avoidance, they tend to have more flexible schedules. Innovation is not something that's seen as threatening. A deviation from the norm is tolerated. A low long-term orientation score, like what Malaysia has, their culture can be described also as a normative culture. In these types of culture, they tend to have a respect for tradition. They focus on short-term results, and they have a concern with the absolute truth. Malaysia also has a high indulgence score, meaning they are willing to realize impulses. They will be optimistic. They will relax and have fun. Their language can be described as a high context language, meaning that information communicated depends on the relationship and situation. Picking up on body language and nonverbal signs is very important. Not everything will be spelled out. Malaysia has a polychronic time orientation, and in cultures with a polychronic time orientation, they tend to have a concept that time is unlimited and simultaneous. The idea is time expands to accommodate activities. The best way to explain this is to think of the classic idea of a meeting. In a polychronic time orientation culture, meetings may be interrupted due to phone calls or people coming in wanting to talk to someone. The idea is that time expands to accommodate these activities. Finally, let's talk about proxemics and greeting. The idea of space in the country of Malaysia, in public, it's less of a physical concept, though, with people bumping into each other when they're walking down the street. They draw the line at affection being shown in public, though affection is not expected to be shown in public. Now, onto the topic of greeting. Men may shake hands with a Malaysian man and may do a slight bow when shaking hands. Women, when greeting a Malaysian man, may greet him with a bow of the head and a smile. Women greeting other Malaysian women may shake hands with the women, and men greeting Malaysian women may bow or nod to greet the women. These are my references. Thank you for listening.